I couldn't not. That's why we call this Addicted Motors. This isn't like Good Decision Motors or Sound Investment Option Motors or I Had a Plan Motors. This is Addicted Motors, and with that implication comes this. Howdy, welcome back to the Addicted Motors YouTube channel. This is a pretty sad day. Well, you know, I've somehow ended up going down this rabbit hole of buying Land Rover Freelanders. Maybe out of spite, maybe because people tell me not to, but I bought 3, sold 2, I bought another one. Sight unseen from an auction in Florida, Tampa. Not a good place to buy a Land Rover from. So I got a call from the shipper. He's dropped it at the shop. I've not seen it. He just left it outside. We're gonna go look at it. I've got all the things. We're literally gonna look at it for the first time right now. It's got 70,000 miles, has no paint. It's very cheap. You know, I should probably buy cars that don't need work and I could make money on. I think that's how dealers usually do this stuff and not just buy horrible, oh no. Land Rover Freelander. Here she is, boys. Blue. Well, maybe it was blue, maybe it wasn't blue, but it's blue now. Ooh. You got some fancy boy brake pads. Don't have a lot of paint because of Florida. Not a lot of paint. It's an SE. It has no sunroof, which I found interesting. The seller was, give me the VIN. That's the guys that you see on like the clips from Instagram and whatnot. That, you know, bloop in your VIN and they'll just give you $100 for it or something. So this car was very cheap. One owner on the Carfax. I mean, I knew the paint was shot. You know, whatever. It's a Freelander. I don't know what you're expecting. Let's zoom out. Yeah, there she is. There's the underbits. Well, I'm not freaking out yet. Doesn't look. Actually, it looks pretty good under there. I got a Michelin. What else? I got some Michelins. They look older. You know, but those are okay years old. Oh, fell down. It actually looks very clean under there. So, like, you can't have it all with these cars. If I can get up. So we've sacrificed cosmetics for maybe not terrible interior cosmetics. But if you know anything about why it was spec without a sunroof, I didn't even know you could do that in North America. So maybe it's not an NA model. Let's jump onto the inside. Woo! So my thought is that this was a government car of some sort because I don't know if it was privately owned. Oh yeah, headliner. Florida headliner, non-existent. Floor's dry though. Let's see if I can find the keys, but so far, so good. I'm curious to see how many windows work. That'll be the real sign of, you know, what my problems are, but it smells like a Ford in here. Ooh, I got mats. All right, okay. All right, let's see if we have keyage. Keyage, and a very well used and abused OBD2 reader port. Oh, what is this? No way. Sheila, a little green book. Wow, this is like a custom thing? Oh man, this is wild. What is this? Well, whatever it is, it's not coming with the car when I sell it eventually. Wow. Let me know in the comments what this little membership, little green book experience deal is. That's a gorgeous little Freelander right there. Interesting. Neat. Well, we'll hold on to that. Here's the keys. All right, let's see what we got for battery. Got about, 69,000 miles. I mean, that's kind of why I did this. I wasn't expecting it much, but radio is on. It's a little crusty under there. Let's pop the hood. Of course, I'm a Freelander expert, so it's on this side. Oh, that's not Doesn't feel like it's actuated. And I forgot, that's actually the reason why I felt okay buying it, because it had orange, the correct coolant in it, and there was coolant in it. So that's not a bad sign. Let's make sure it has some oleo in it. Yeah, sure. There's probably some. All right. Let's see if it'll fire up. Fires right up. Oh, the brakes on. I have no check engine light on an auction Freelander. That is crazy. Ooh. Just want to move around a little bit. Where's my seat controls? All right, the AC is on because it came from Florida. Let's cut that out. And yeah, I don't know, maybe take it for a little spin. Listen to that. That sounds great and healthy. Okay, all right. I mean, you know, Freelander. All right, now we're off. We're going to watch the temp gauge and make sure we're not overheating. Make sure it shifts. Yeah, just doing all those things. Brakes work. Wow. So, looking at the Carfax on this thing, it was dealer service its whole life up until 2021. And then it fell off the map, fell off the face of the earth from a Carfax documentation standpoint for 3 years and 8,000 miles during COVID. So I don't know where it was in those time frames, but you know, maybe that was the better or the worst side of things. We don't know, but it wasn't documented. Nothing was documented. I don't have an oil change sticker or anything on here either, so who knows? But we'll plug the gap tool in when we get back to the shop and see if it's telling me anything. But, you know, brakes work, everything's, you know, don't trust the pretty ones. It's always the beat up ones that are functional. Unleash the power of the KVV6. Man, this one's healthy. It shifts nicely too. Cool. Like I said, I don't need this. I don't know if anybody wants this, but it kind of seemed like an honest little truck. You know, I don't know. I couldn't not. That's why we call this addicted motors. This isn't like good decision motors or sound investment option motors or I had a plan motors. This is addicted motors, and with that implication comes this. And this doesn't seem like a bad car. So we'll monitor these temps. This is kind of exactly where it needs to be. Let things actually warm up. It takes a while for that thermostat to actually open and things to kind of come down. I'm not even gonna run the heat or anything because it seems sound and the coolant level and everything seems where it should be at. So nothing too concerning over there. You know, my take sometimes on these Florida cars and with stuff like this is those cars, they gotta run AC, you gotta stay cool. If it's a car in Florida and it's not overheating during the auction, and if it goes across the line and has coolant in it, then somebody has hopefully, potentially, ensured the cooling system is functional, because you would just pretty much die in the Florida heat, especially if this car was used in any kind of normal basis to have that addressed. So, I don't know. I think I'm feeling okay about this one. And whilst I'm here, I think my mission was to get that hydraulic hose out of my dang Mercedes so I can get a new one made. Because of this. I mean, it's not a hard thing to do. I just got to get it out. And it's been -4 degrees here forever, so I haven't been able to do that. All right, yeah, we're still idling here. 113, looking perfect. So I'm gonna call that as sound. I mean, it's very quiet. It's running nicely. So that's a W. Ooh, I do have heated seats on this one. The SE3 does not have heated seats. I think that's due to the material of this. Oh, I forgot. Oh, we got one window, 2 windows. I don't know about these back ones. What do you think? Holy crap. Oh boy. Oh no, it's always one. Damn it. Oh man, screwed that up. Rule number 2 with Freelanders is never open the rear windows on a Freelander. Not a good idea. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Locks. Yeah, I don't know. The locks on these don't like to work either. I wonder if that'll open with the key. So, again, I thought that I've encountered all the Freelander problems. This is a new one, in-op rear tailgate latch. Unfortunately, because it's a newer Land Rover, not an older Land Rover, there's no inner latch or anything to pull. I'll have to look that up to see if there's some type of emergency procedure that that goes along with that. But I have the factory match, so that's neat. Couple wiper blades. Again, Land Rovers always come with bits and parts, so that is not unusual. But I'll mess with that and see if I can get something going. Oh, what's that? Oh, no, that's just nasty headliner stuff. All right, so Max and I have come back to retrieve said cheap Freelander and drive it home. What do you think? We're gonna make it, Max, or is it gonna be broken? You think it's broken? Max, is the Blue Rover broken? What do you got there, fella? Well, not a lot of feedback from Max. Well, Max seems to speak for the majority when he favors the D1 and the Classic over the Freelander, so I can't fault him for that. He's got taste. I wonder where he learned it from. And if you're still here after all the Freelander content, I appreciate you watching. Again, please like and subscribe if you appreciate the rest of the content on this channel. More to come. And I know I say that, but we've got some more interesting cars. We still have that 308 GTS. We've got a 95 or 96 Lotus Esprit twin turbo that we're gonna have to sell soon. So it's not just junky Land Rovers, but my thought process behind this is you used to be able to get a D1 or a D2 for a couple $100 and drive around and have fun with it, and you can't anymore. So this is what I got. I'm kind of left with Freelanders, and they're at auction because people still have them for some reason. I probably own the majority of the ones that are still running in the United States, so I'll take solace in that. I'll take a little credit for reigniting the Freelanders. And that's not the laurels I need to rest my hat on. So I should keep that to myself. And you might be saying to yourself, Troy, you're just like driving a few miles home and back from the shop. Well, I've got Max with me, and the last time I did this, I started getting codes on one of the other Freelanders for a crank position sensor fault, and it just cut out in the middle of the highway. And I did that a few times and almost got stranded. So, like I said, no warning, never done that before. Just these cars, if they've been sitting for a while, like I'm assuming they all have, you gotta put some test miles on them, because if it has dormant issues, they'll rear their heads, and that's really the only way you can test for it, and really the only way you'll be able to sell it or do something with it at some point. You know, you can't just take it and immediately put it for sale. You need some test miles, which isn't like a financially viable way to do things because you just discover more problems, but morally, it's probably the better way to go about doing business. All right. I can't tell if I smell coolant or if that's a headliner, but I'm not overheating. I'm gonna go do a little merge. Blow some of the cobwebs out. There's no cloud of smoke behind me either, so that's a good sign. This thing actually drives very well. It even kind of has an alignment, like smooth, quiet. I mean, there's definitely something terminally wrong with it, I'm assuming, but so far it's literally driving like a normal car. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Freelander. So that's probably gonna end right here. Another day, another Freelander, another Land Rover, another kind of adventure. That was kind of boring. It didn't explode on me, so that just means there's something else terminally wrong with it. But we're gonna drive around, keep doing the shakedown, and probably pull the headliner at some point. I don't know. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.